Hello, everyone. My name is Kimberly Tucker, and I'm the Director of Marketing here at DSD. Just want to give y'all a quick minute or two to get connected with audio and make sure that we have worked through any of the Grubhub issues. I know I've gotten a few emails from some of you, so feel free to either reach out to me with the chat or continue to respond to my email from yesterday. We definitely want to get you all set up and then get going on our webinar. So we'll give it about one more minute and then we'll begin. Okay, we've given about 2-3 minutes for everyone to get connected. So hopefully you all have been successful in that. I just want to take an opportunity to introduce us as the team will be presenting today. My name is Kimberly Tucker, and I'm the Director of Marketing here at DSD. We also have Thomas Johnson, who is the Senior Director of Business Development, and Chris Joko, who's Principal Solutions Architect for the Acumatica practice. So with that, I do want to just mention that I will be monitoring the chat box for any questions or comments or any concerns you have with interacting with the demo, as well as just your Grubhub environment. So please feel free to use that, or you're welcome to reach out to me. I did email you all with instructions, so we're so glad you're here. Oh, TJ, you ready?
Great. Thank you, Kimmy, and welcome everyone. This is Thomas Johnson, TJ, here at DSD. Let me just walk through a quick introduction. So I'm going to spend about 10 to 12 minutes to give you a quick overview of Acumatica and DSD, so you understand our companies, organizations, coverage and reach. And then we're going to, after going through those, I'm going to turn it over to Chris Joko, and we're going to provide a live solution tour. I want to just preface this. Keep in mind that Acumatica is a platform and can work in a variety of vertical markets. I'm going to share all of this with you today. We will have more of a detailed focus within a couple of those editions, but know that we will follow up with you to speak about your specific industry and requirements after these calls. So with that, let me introduce our team. At DSD, we're a team that helps you guys in selecting, customizing, integrating, implementing, and most importantly, training and ongoing support. These are long-term decisions. Our team is here for the long haul. We're looking for customers for life, referenceable customers. Our practice is headed up by Tom Ferris, our Acumatica practice manager, Chris Joko, our awesome solutions architect, and Valerie Argent, our senior project manager, along with John, Nicole, PJ Jordy, new member of our team, and of course, Carrie Gardner, our VP of sales. So this is the core of our Acumatica practice at DSD. We actually even have a few more folks, just going to get them all on the slide. So let's talk a little bit about DSD. I call this DSD by the numbers. We were founded, like many great companies in California, in a garage back in 1984 by a couple guys who had a great idea and decided we should get into enterprise resource planning software that was new and taking off. Since then, we've really grown. We've served over 9,000 companies, have over 5,000 implementations under our belt, and have won a lot of awards and recognitions from that time. Most importantly here, we're very proud of 2 BBB Torch Awards that we've earned over that time for ethics in business. This is our national footprint. We are headquartered in San Diego, California, but we have 45 offices across the country, about 200 team members total in the DSD organization. And how did we get there? Like many great companies, we started back with the MAS 90, MAS 200 product that was acquired by Sage. So we moved from that to Sage 100, 200, and then 300, 500 CRM, and really grew that practice. But a few years back, a little over 7 years ago, we were looking as an organization, what were our customers needing moving forward into the 21st century, and how was the business climate adapting and changing? As we saw that we needed a new solution that provided a lot of those core functionalities on a modern cloud ERP platform. So we put an RFP out to about 34 mid-market companies. We got about 13 responses back from that, and met with those teams over a year, going through our selection process with our entire executive team, whittled that down and made a selection with Acumatica. In addition to the ERP solutions we offer, we also have a full suite of payroll and HRMS to complement that. After we made that selection, though, before we could get to work, we first had to, just like getting a CPA or a law degree, put in literally thousands of hours in getting certified and proving our capabilities. These badges, not only just like a CPA or law degree, not only do you have to earn them and prove them, we also have to continually maintain and recertify on those continuously. Acumatica also polls our customers on Net Promoter Score. We have to maintain very high certification in that. So this is an ongoing, continuous practice for us. We have a variety of capabilities across the board, and a few years ago, we were recognized as a gold partner for Acumatica, the highest level of certification offered. These are a few of DSD's customers. The majority of these have all migrated from legacy systems, or a variety of different legacy systems, to the Acumatica platform. And as we work with you on your personal journey and taking a look at Acumatica, we would be happy to share some referenceable clients that would be relevant to your specific business and practice. So let's talk about Acumatica and the connected business delivered. First off, I just want to start with business resilience. Acumatica is a connected product. It's built for rapid integrations with remote collaboration, business resilience, and most importantly, a future-proof platform. The team that wrote Acumatica, this is not their first foray into the ERP space. They actually wrote a product in the 80s called Solomon, which became one of the leading ERP products in the 90s, so successful that Microsoft decided they should get in that business and acquired it. And that legacy product, Solomon, is now part of the Business Central Nav SL family. Those guys took a nice long break and then came out of retirement in 2008 and said, if we're going to do it again, what would we do differently? And a lot of that was built and what we'll be showing you today on how it's delivered, how it's licensed, and how it's maintained. So this is when we start working with companies, this is what we feel out. They started with a great accounting package. They added some sales, business reporting, inventory, really a lot of different products that were disconnected. And by moving to a modern cloud platform like Acumatica, we can take all of that and put it into one integrated native platform that gives you a single version of the truth that you can extend to all the users in your organization and work with real-time live data and even extend it out through the mobile workforce. That's all out of the box with Acumatica. So let's talk a little bit about Acumatica as a company. Acumatica is headquartered up in Seattle, Washington, and then they have engineering, sales, support, and development across the globe, Canada, Ohio, Mexico, Asia, just like every other major ERP company and software company out there. Acumatica was acquired last July by EQT, which is a private equity company based out of Sweden, has about 82 billion under management. In addition to that, Acumatica has worked with companies, these accounting companies in Germany, Lexware, which has about 500,000 customers, Visma in the Nordics, MYOB with over 1 million customers in Australia and New Zealand on their platforms, and they're white labeling Acumatica and using that as their next generation when customers are ready to move and putting them into that platform. Not only is that great for Acumatica and helping for that development, but these companies are also improving and developing on the product. And then those improvements, in addition to Acumatica's continuous development improvements, are being released twice a year in platform upgrades that are part of your subscription. Now, this is probably one of my favorite things and something you should seriously take a look at when looking at other ERP companies, Acumatica's Bill of Rights. And really what this does is protect you and give you confidence that by choosing this platform, you're not going to have a gotcha 2 or 3 years from now. First off, they've got a very easy to read end user license agreement. It's a flexible open architecture platform, so you can extend that out to the best solutions out there. Acumatica has a 3% maximum annual increase once you're signed up, so you're not going to get hit with a 10, 15, 20% increase. Acumatica also believes in the strength of their product and that you'll be a happy customer for life. But should you choose to leave, you own your data and you would get your data back in a relational database so you could import it into another system. And I think that speaks to their competence in the software and confidence in their business processes that you're going to be a customer for life. So let's talk a little bit about deployment options. Acumatica is a SaaS, software as a service product, and probably 99% of our deployments are through Amazon Web Services. So through AWS, you have your production environment, your 3 backup environments, and your security, along with ensuring that you have the right amount of servers, cores, and memory for a fantastic user experience. So all you need to provide as a company is an internet connection, a browser of your choice, so any browser, and then a device, a laptop, a phone, or tablet. You can also deploy this in a private cloud. So if you have your own infrastructure on-premise that you want to, you can put it in there, or if you have a relationship with a third party like Rackspace, you could have it hosted there. Now, Acumatica has won a lot of awards and recognitions in their short 12 years since they launched. They've won a couple Cody Awards. Those are kind of the Oscars, Grammys of software publishing for Best Cloud ERP in the mid-market space, for finance, manufacturing, and distribution the past 2 years in a row. They're also covered by Gartner, G2 Crowd, and IDC. We encourage you to take a look at that and see what they're saying. IDC just came out with a report last week ranking Acumatica as the market leader in mid-market ERP today. So let's talk about the core and how Acumatica moves forward. Everything with Acumatica starts off with solid financial management. And then depending on what your business requirements are, we can add in project accounting, inventory management, customer management, and payroll. Those are the foundations. And let's take a look at some of the companies across the globe that have moved and adopted Acumatica. As you can see, there's a lot of momentum here growing. Currently, Acumatica has over 6,500 customers and continuing to grow. So this is a question we get quite a bit is, I don't want to move to a new platform and have to replace it in 5 or 10 years. This is what we call a future-proof platform. Acumatica is built on a SQL database. It's delivered through the cloud, and the foundation on the architecture is on the .NET framework with HTML5. Back in 2008, those were big bets, but now they just seem normal today. And this is what allows Acumatica to truly just grow. You license it based on your size, number of employees, transactions, and what you need. So you don't have to ever purchase more than what you need. You can start with the foundation in the small business or advanced edition, core financials, and then depending on your version, what your requirements are, you can do a distribution, a commerce, manufacturing, construction, or field service. So keep in mind as we're looking at the live demonstration Chris will be showing you shortly, that we can provide a tailored demonstration based on your specific requirements, showing you the functionality of each of these additional native modules to build out your specific solution. So let's talk about the Acumatica calls this the peacock slide. They have over 200 companies that have integrations to Acumatica. Because it's built on an open architecture, you can extend Acumatica if you use Avalara for tax, DocuSign for contracts, to these products without doing custom programming. It's simply a couple hours of services to help connect that, and then you have that as part of your deployment to your ERP system. Let's talk about licensing. Acumatica has a very friendly growth licensing model. First off, it includes everybody. So we don't have to get into counting how many power users do you have, how many people do you just need to view or approve. We give access to everybody. We simply restrict what they can do with role-based access or custom access, depending on the permissions you want to extend. So there's no user fees. You can't even through its customer portal and CRM extend it out to partners and customers to place orders, pay bills, check the order status. And that removes bottlenecks and improves results, giving everybody real-time live access to the information to make the best decision for their job. Acumatica has also been working very hard on helping integrate automation, machine learning, and intelligence advisors. So these are tools that are really taking Acumatica to that next level, and we'll be looking forward to sharing this with you. Acumatica has also got built-in SOX types 1 and 2 and PCI compliance as part of your Amazon Web Services subscription. And we talked about the continuous development and enhancements that the Acumatica is putting into the product. So let me just roll you back. This is March of 2019. This isn't what's in the system. These were the additional functionality that were added and are free of charge as part of your subscription to Acumatica. This takes us to October. So these are the 2 releases in R1 in March and R2 in October. And just continuing on, there was so much back in October, we had to have a second page for these. And this is just 2020. So this was just a few months ago in March. These were the highlights. As a matter of fact, the announcements come out for the 2020 R2 in the next month, and we'll probably have another large set of improvements. So what I really want you to take away is that the product is constantly being improved and enhanced for you. It's not a product that's not being grown and developed for the future. So in addition to the killer reporting, Acumatica has over 400 reports out of the box, 24 standard dashboards. But for those power people who want additional data, slicing and dicing, you can simply integrate it to these companies for business intelligence like Lexio, Tangerine, BI360, just through a simple integration. The great thing is with Acumatica, and this is, we've really seen this with the coronavirus pandemic and people having to work remotely and then finding out their legacy systems are difficult to extend, having to invest in VPNs. With Acumatica, you can get this off of any device, your watch, you can ask Alexa, your tablet, and get that information just like you were in the office. In addition to DSD's training and support and helping you take you on your journey from implementation to user acceptance testing, Acumatica has a killer Acumatica Open University with learning paths for individual users in finance, operations, warehouse, etc. that complement that. These are all free. A lot of our competition in this space, one course for one person can be $1,200, $1,500, $2,000. With Acumatica, you get all of this training for the life of your product for free. Now, this is one of my favorite slides. On the right, that's a 100-plus-year-old scoreboard for the Boston Red Sox that is still manually done. I just like to use this as a comparison, thinking of legacy products and truly moving into the 21st century. On the left is San Diego's Petco Park and a true modern dashboard. And this shows you when you walk in the bottom of the second inning, you can see, where we're on the batting order, who's up, the score, who's in the outfield, and really from one single screen, understand your business. If you're a sales rep, what deals you need to work on, what new leads you have assigned, finance if people have come past due, and you see these in these great dashboards for you. So with that, I'm going to pass controls over to Chris, and we'll take a look at the solution.
Thanks, TJ.
You bet.
Wait for you to send that over to me. Give me 1 second here. And here we go. I just want to double check, Kimberly, if you can just verify that you guys can see my Acumatica login screen.
Yep, we got you.
Awesome. So today I just want to kind of go over, my name is Chris Joko. I am the Principal Solutions Architect here at DSD for the Acumatica team. Couple of points I want to reiterate that TJ touched on. Acumatica is a 100% browser-based cloud offering built from the ground up specifically for a web environment. What this means is that it's supported by most any browser. So whatever your browser of choice is, whether that is Safari, Chrome, Firefox, Microsoft Edge, dare I say Internet Explorer, it's your choice. Whatever you guys want to use to access your Acumatica instance, you could definitely utilize any browser that you'd like. Pretty much if you have internet access and a device, whether that's computer, tablet, or smartphone, you can access Acumatica data from pretty much anywhere. So this definitely helps out with the work from home scenarios that we've been running into a lot lately. The solution can be easily configured by the end user, which is you, without the use of any kind of customization or code. If you do need some customizations, our team is readily available to make those types of customizations to your system. But keep in mind that we do it in a way that typically lasts from version to version. So you're not always constantly rewriting these customizations from every time you upgrade. Acumatica is an end-to-end solution that supports multi-company and multi-currency environments out of the box. Comes with a full suite of modules to complement your business, from financials to project accounting to distribution, field service, sales, even manufacturing. So this system can definitely help out in any kind of business scenario that you might have. And so today, my goal for you guys is to see a couple of the key features that our current customers love about Acumatica. I'm going to focus on 3 major areas: our user experience, our kind of usability features in Acumatica, and then lastly, show you guys some of the mobile functionality that is available in Acumatica. So right off the bat, I'm just going gonna go ahead and log into my tenant here. Give me 1 second here. So as you can see here, I have multiple companies that I'm able to log into. When I sign in, the first thing I'm gonna hit is that user experience, these workspaces that contain all of the tasks that I might be working in. So from the left-hand side, I might have access to the receivables workspace, the sales orders workspace, purchases. With role-based security, Acumatica, we let only users see what they have access to. So if you don't have access to a specific task, you won't have access and see that task on the screen. If you don't have any tasks in a particular workspace, you're not going to actually see the workspace at all. So that prevents you guys from having users that log into things, poking around, seeing features that are available, but then clicking on them and it giving them a message back that says, sorry, you don't have authorization to see that stuff. Even within that role-based security, we have what we call restriction groups that allow us to kind of hide data based on the specific user roles and work groups. We're able to hide fields based on roles. We're able to do a lot of things with security to kind of protect your business from unwanted snooping around. The other big feature from our user experience platform is our dashboards. Acumatica comes preloaded with a lot of dashboards over all of the functional areas that come with your system. For example, I'm looking here at my customer view. So this might be something that a salesperson might log into. We might be able to look at how many orders that we have to ship. You know, are any of these late? You know, how many open opportunities I have, some of them which I might be overdue. I might be wanting to look at what are my top items that have been sold over the last 12 months. Or I might even want to watch the trends with a column chart. All of this information on this particular dashboard comes out of the box, but it is easily customizable by user because I can click on the design, I can add a new widget. These widgets can be scorecard KPIs like these up here. They could be data tables like this customer contact. It could even be a web page if I wanted to add a link to a particular web page. Maybe I'm looking for information on Google or something like that, and I want to add that widget to Acumatica. So those things that make this system very customizable, at least from the user aspect. Some of the other things on our dashboards that are a nice new feature that was added recently to Acumatica is the parameters. So while I might log in and get an overall view of my company, I might want to look at some of my top customers. So I might use my parameter to select a specific customer and get the same information regurgitated with their specific info, knowing that this customer has 7 orders to ship, I have 2 open opportunities, and so forth. Another nice usability feature that we have in Acumatica is our universal search. This is kind of our internal Google. Somebody calls me up, I see on the caller ID that I have a phone number that pops up. I can start typing that phone number up into our universal search and see maybe some customers fall into that. And I could see in here that I have my customer USA bartending school automatically populate when I type in that universal search. Some other things that our universal search does as well also is, you know, if I'm trying to look up how to do a sales order, first off, I might want to see, well, where is that menu item? I might forget that I need to go to my sales orders workspace. I can just quickly type in sales orders and see that I have a transaction screen here for sales orders. I might need some help on that. So I might just go to my help topics tab here and see all of the help items that directly correlate to my sales orders. And as you guys start accessing this more and more, the built-in artificial intelligence and machine learning that Acumatica is adding to Acumatica will help you hone in specifically on those things that you are looking for. So as you guys keep searching and clicking on these different help topics, Acumatica will start to learn more about what you're looking for to help kind of boost the relevant tasks and relevant topics up to you so you don't have to keep searching through the next next files. Also, if you guys didn't know, Acumatica has full document management. We can attach files. So if you have documentation that you need to attach for the customer, I'll show you a little bit about that when I do my demonstration of the order process. But we do have full document management, which allows me to use my universal search to just maybe type in a particular file name and actually search the system for any of those files. So what I've done here is I just put .xlsx, and I'm able to see all of the Excel files that I have attached all over the system. When we talk about all of these dashboards that Acumatica provides for us, we talk about all of the things that power this. And one of the greatest things that they've put out here is the ability to do what we call generic inquiries. So if I'm looking at my open opportunities list, I'm drilling through my scorecard KPI, and I'm actually coming up to a listing that is what we call a generic inquiry. And this allows us to query data within the system without needing to know how to write SQL, without having to kind of use a report writer like Crystal Reports or anything like that. We're able to generate reports from Acumatica data within this particular system. And you can see here, I'm looking at my opportunities listing. I'm doing conditional formatting for things that are late, so it's showing up red if my estimation date is past due. I'm showing formatting yellow if I'm missing information. So these generic inquiries become very powerful, and because Acumatica has an unlimited user license, I don't have to be emailing these reports out to people every single day at the end of the day. They could just log into Acumatica, pull open the data that they're trying to get the information on a daily basis, and they could see right away at their fingertips this information. And whether that's being done via your web browser on your desktop, your laptop, could also be done from your mobile phone as well. Another powerful feature with our generic inquiries is the fact that you can create pivot tables within Acumatica. So if I go into one of my generic inquiries that I have here, how many times have we tried to generate data from our legacy products in an Excel file just so that I could create a pivot table in Excel? Well, now I could just create a pivot table directly in Acumatica from that generic inquiry, and I'm able to access that pivot table directly here. So I'm able to see profit by item by class. So right out of the bat, I don't need to download this data to Excel just to create pivot tables. So very, very powerful within the system here. One of the features that kind of got me hooked on Acumatica is really our natural query language. Have you ever wondered how many items you have on stock of a particular item? You've got an Amazon Echo in your building. You could basically go ahead and say, Alexa, open Acumatica. Alexa should talk back to me. Nope. Alexa, open Acumatica. My authorization code is 11111. Find stock status for Acer laptop computer. No, thank you. Alexa integration built into Acumatica with natural query language, asking for what information you need. So whether you want to access that directly through your browser and through your user interface, or you want to just access it through any kind of device that you might have. All of this is possible with that future-proof platform that Acumatica is constantly reworking. So that's number one. That was kind of my base package there. That's kind of some of the major features from a back end that are really powerful with Acumatica. The second thing is really our usability features here. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through the process. Acumatica has built-in CRM, so I'm able to track opportunities. No need to use third-party CRMs. Acumatica has that built in as an available module. I can look at opportunities. I can track the activity on those opportunities. So all of your salespeople can work within this particular system, you know, create an opportunity, track the activity, send emails out to the prospect, dialogue with those prospect using our Outlook plugin for Acumatica, and then being able to ultimately get a quote put together. So if I wanted to, let's take a look at one of my opportunities that I have closing this month, because I have filters that I'm able to apply to these generic inquiries. I'm going to take a look at my one opportunity that I'm currently working on. This customer of mine kind of inquired on pricing for a new Acer laptop. And you know what? I put that into my opportunity and they need a sales quote. So at this point here, I'm just going to go ahead and generate a new quote. With our new workflow engine in Acumatica, I'm able to create quick buttons up here so that I know what I need to do to move from stage to stage. So right off the bat here, I'm just going to go ahead and say, you know what, this has the expiration of this particular day. I'm going to go ahead and submit this quote. And then, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and send this off to my customer. So I'm sending this email out with a bunch of clicks, just a few clicks here actually, and I'm able to send out this email out to my prospect. Once I've got all of these, you know, quotes and so forth put together, I'm able to then continually work this process with my particular customer. So right now I don't have a business account for them, but maybe what I need to do is now they've kind of accepted my quote. So I'm going to go ahead and create a new customer, and I'm going to promote them from a lead actually to a prospect. So we're going to go ahead and create and review, and you can see here again, just easy, not having to go to too many pages. I'm creating this this customer here, and then you know what? At this point here, I'm going to go back, wait for their you know, their approval on this particular order, and at this point, I'm going to go ahead and say that we won this particular process here. I am going to now take this. You know, I might want to take this account here. Sorry, it popped open in the other window here. And then at this point, I might just promote them to a customer. So I'm going to convert them to a customer. I'm going to apply financial information. Maybe my accounting team kind of owns this particular process here. I might want to specify some default information for them that we always ship out of our wholesale warehouse for this customer. Maybe they always get free shipping over $100. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply a ship term for them. And then I'm going to go ahead and save this customer record. And then at this point, I'm going to turn this opportunity into a sales order. So within Acumatica here, we can kind of tie this process together, kind of utilizing that that flow chart that TJ showed you earlier, where we have this connected business. One database, we're able to kind of share information within the system naturally. So now I have a sales order here. And so I'm going to go ahead and process this sales order through, and I want you to kind of see some of the items that we have from a usability standpoint. So number one, if I need to add additional items to this order, I can actually just click the plus sign here, and I might want to just look at from the inventory side here, I can use this add stock item button, and I could actually query, you know, what items have I sold to this customer since a particular time. Since this customer is new, I probably don't have any sales that I've made for this customer, but it makes it a little bit easier for me to choose what I might want to continually sell to them. We have built-in pricing from a discount standpoint, or even just price worksheets where we can say if they buy over a certain quantity, they'll get a certain number of percentage off or get a hard code price. We also have the ability to do free items. So if they buy a certain number of items, they may get a free extra item. That's a feature that's available here in the sales order module. A couple other things here from a payment standpoint, if they decided they want to pay by credit card, we actually have built-in credit card processing. So with integrations to Authorize.net, VIP payment solutions, APS payments, we actually have the ability here to take credit cards inside of Acumatica. And let me go ahead and show you that process. Let me go ahead, and Acumatica has full PCI compliance. So we can go ahead and store cards because they don't actually get stored into our database. So with my integration, I can actually create a brand new card here. Just gonna go ahead and get my pop-up here. And I'm going to take my credit card and put that in here. So please don't jot down my credit card number. And I'm just gonna go ahead, and so this is me saving the credit card information to the credit card processor's secured vault. So we're just gonna go ahead and put in my address, San Diego, California. I'm gonna go ahead and save this card. So once I've saved this card, that becomes part of this customer's profile. And then whether or not I wanna authorize this payment right away, I may wanna do that first, or I might wanna take a look at some of the other things here from our shipping standpoint. This customer needs this product quickly. So maybe I can start looking first off at what it would take to send it UPS ground. So let me choose UPS ground first. But I might want to double check, what is this the best way for me to send this to the customer? So I can use my shop for rates functionality here, and with shipping integrations to Easy Post, UPS directly, FedEx directly, Ship Engine, I'm able to actually get pricing for different shipping methodologies directly in the system. I could see when the customer would get it. Actually, if I sent it out, it might cost me a little bit more, but if I sent it FedEx ground, it would actually get there in 2 days. So I can actually switch my carrier method, say okay, and then dependent on the shipping terms that the customer has available, I may or may not charge this shipping to the customer. So I've applied a flat rate shipping for the customer. It's free over $100. They currently have a $500 order. That's why currently their freight has not been added to this. So if I went to my totals, I do see the cost that it would cost me for shipping, but the customer is not getting any particular freight price. Now, if I didn't apply that shipping term and I wanted to apply that to the customer, I could refresh the cost, and then Acumatica could pass that cost as the price if you guys want to charge that to the customer. So now that I have my shipping in place, integrated in Acumatica, I have my payment card. Now I'm ready to just go ahead and let's just capture this payment. So with my integration, oops, looks like I need to save this first. And so right now I've gone ahead and I'll capture that card. And then at this point, what I have in Acumatica is, an order ready to ship. Now, one other usability function that we use a lot here in Acumatica is our automation. So in our automation schedules, we are able to have the system do things automatically for us. So for me, I have the system automatically creating shipments for me every 5 minutes. So when we have authorized orders, I'm able to create the shipment automatically in Acumatica. So it's waiting for my team to come into their particular dashboard. So if I go into, maybe I'm the shipper now, and I go into my shipping clerk dashboard, I might see things that need to be shipped. So I do see orders to ship, which is my new order here. I might have other things that are available, but at this point, what I can do here is come into my process shipment screen, and I can print out all of my pick lists at one time. So I can choose print pick list, and all of the orders that are ready to ship, all of the shipments that have been created are all here, and I can just process this all and get all of my pick tickets all at the same time. So I'm going to go directly to my order here, 3126. And now what I want to show you is how we can actually ship this particular order. And I'm actually going to use, you know what, I'll use my cell phone to ship this order. So one of the features here that I'm going to show you is our warehouse management system in Acumatica. What I would do is I'm going to go ahead and log into my Acumatica app. I'm going to use my Face ID to log in. And what we're going to go ahead and do here is I'm just going to kind of move this off to the side a little bit so that you guys can see what I'm going to be doing here. So let's go ahead and get this logged in. And so within our warehouse management tools here, I'm going to go ahead and access my pick, pack, and ship function. So I'm going to go ahead and come into here. And if I have an integrated barcode scanner on my phone, I can kind of go ahead and scan my shipment. So now this shipment is ready to process. I'm going to go ahead and walk over to my my bin, and I'm going to scan that item or that location, and then I'm going to scan my item. And so far, what that's done is that's picked this particular item. So if I hit the review button down here, I'm going to go ahead and see that that item has been picked from the R1 S1 location. At this point, I can then go ahead and confirm my shipment. So I've gone ahead and I've picked and I've packed that particular product. And you can see here that my shipment is now successfully confirmed. So what does that do? If I go back into my shipment screen and look up 3126, what you're going to see here is you're going to see that the order has already been confirmed. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And with my integration to FedEx and to, UPS, what you're going to see here, number one, the order is confirmed, the package is here, and then if I had any tracking information, it would automatically pull that in to my system here. So all integrated directly in Acumatica, from opportunity to sales order to shipment. And then at this point here, my accounting team at the end of the day, you know what? All they got to do here is wait for the automation to create my invoices. And so if I wanted to look at my prepare invoices here, you could see all of the invoices that are ready to be generated based off those shipments that are confirmed. So what we've seen here is some automation tools that we've built into Acumatica. We've seen some mobile items that are available in Acumatica. And we've seen, some pretty good integrations with our shipping carriers, our credit card processors, and so forth. Perfect. So we've kind of talked about some of these things with the usability functionalities. The last thing I'm just going to explore a little bit more is our mobile app. So you saw me do a little bit of that through the WMS functionality. But what I didn't show is that, let's say we are working on a particular sales order and the customer actually had emailed us their PO. With our document management, you no longer need to have, you no longer need to have scanners really sitting at your desk. And so what I'll do is I'll show you directly through the sales order. If the customer had emailed you a PDF, you could just simply drag that file onto this onto the files here. So I'm just going to take a PDF and I'm just going to drag that over here and drop that into the files. And you'll see that Acumatica will upload that file directly to my sales order. And then that will always be attached to that one sales order. But what happens if they mailed you something? Maybe they mailed you an invoice in AP. Maybe they sent you a document, their PO, in the mail. So what you could do without even needing a scanner is I'm going to go ahead and keep my phone open on the side here. And what we're going to go ahead and do, just go ahead and move this off to the side a little bit here. All right, perfect. Uploading using your mobile app. So I'm going to click on this here. And then what you're going to see on my phone is you're going to see you should be able to see soon a notification that pops up. And so it actually, unfortunately, popped up on my phone instead of it's actually on my Apple Watch it came up, but let's try that again. Let's upload this using our mobile app and see if we can get that notification to come through. Let's go ahead and do that one more time here. Sorry. I guess I should really turn off my Apple Watch here. But sorry about that, guys. It's ringing on my watch. So let me go ahead and turn that off for a sec here. Dismiss that. And we'll put my phone into power reserve. But technically what we end up having here is if I go into my Acumatica app, let's say I pull up my sales order, so I can actually access my sales orders directly from the app here. And if I want to pull up order number SO5515, I'm just going to go ahead and click on that. And what this will actually do is it'll allow me to see the information directly from my phone. And if I want to attach some documents, I can go down to the files here and I can just click on files. And if I want to see what other files are already attached, or I could just take a photo. And so when I take a photo of that, I could just take a photo of my PO here that I have. And if I want to kind of change the contrast a little bit so that it's easier to read, then I can hit done and hit done. And as I attach that particular file on my mobile app, oops, save is disabled. Oh, it's because I had this open here. Sorry. Let's go ahead and refresh this guy. Go back to my app. So now, once we have that kind of refresh there, we're able to see those particular files that are attached directly from our mobile app. So a couple other things that are available. If you have the manufacturing edition of Acumatica, you're able to get shop floor data collection, so you guys can track labor, clock ins, clock outs, production entries, those kind of things. You have real-time access to data on your mobile device. Again, here's the documents that got attached. I can quickly open that and see the purchase order that I attached to this using the mobile app. All of that is available directly out of the box if you guys, depending on what edition of Acumatica you guys pick up. We've got expense management in here. Any of those dashboards that we were looking at this earlier, if I pull up the dashboard here, I can actually access that here directly, clicking on that. And then all of the data that I have available here, it also shows up on my mobile app. So really no excuse, you are able to access your data anywhere at any particular time. So in summary, Acumatica can help streamline your operations. It's an adaptable cloud solution. We talked about connecting from anywhere with the mobile interface. We have real-time inventory and analytics, and we have a lot of other features that, we would love to show you, when TJ reaches out to you guys. Just let them know what kind of things you're looking for. I'd love to show those things to you. Thank you guys for your time. I'm gonna turn it back over to TJ. Give me 1 second here. TJ. Oops.
Actually, Chris, we have several questions that might relate to showing the product.
Sure, I'll keep it up here.
Yeah, you may want to hold on just a moment. So
no worries.
Thank you to everyone who engaged with the chat box and the question option. Got a great feedback from things you might want to see. So one of the first questions was, is there a particular industry Acumatica works best for?
I don't think there's any particular industry, and I can also let TJ kind of expand on this, but with a full financial suite, full distribution suite with inventory management, order management, with field services, project accounting, manufacturing, Acumatica could fit a multitude of industries really out of the box.
Yeah, Chris is absolutely correct. Acumatica is built from the foundation to cover and work across a variety of different industries and vertical markets. And I think that's something that we can show you in a tailored presentation that would show you how the right solutions and modules would work for you specifically, and we look forward to that opportunity.
Awesome. Okay, so the next one was a question about user-defined fields. It's probably best stated, are there user-defined fields and tables within Acumatica, and is there field level help within the product?
Absolutely. So we'll address those two questions independently. So Acumatica does have field level help. So I could pull up a particular screen, and every screen in Acumatica has a question mark kind of button here where we can open help and actually get information about that screen. And in those help files, Acumatica spells out specifically what each field is meant for and what they do. So if I click on my reference file for the sales order screen, I'm able to find out exactly, like if I wanted to know what the requested on date means, I can look that up here and see, look for the requested on date and get actually information about what that field is for. So you can see here, everything is fully explained on the date the customer wants to receive the goods. So that's our field level help that's available in Acumatica. The other thing is our user defined fields. So with this version of Acumatica, if you guys need to customize the system, we could actually manage user defined fields inside of the system. So we could, create what we call like an attribute. So if we want to track something specific, and we could just call this, we'll call this test UDF. Maybe what I want to do here is actually say referred by, and then we can actually go ahead and say, we can make this a kind of maybe a selector, and we can actually pull this from maybe the customer database. And so I could create a attribute called referred by, schema. Let's get the account code, and then create this user defined field and then add it to my screen. And so you can see here, without much effort, I'm able to actually create this user defined field. It's available to be able to be accessed once I've added it to the screen. And within that, on that user defined field screen here, I could actually pick who referred. So if I create a brand new sales order, I can use this field here to kind of look at who referred this customer to me.
Awesome. Okay, great. Hopefully that addresses it. If not, we'll go ahead and touch back. The next question is, does Acumatica work with Google Home or Google Assistant, or just Alexa?
At this point, Alexa is one of the is the integration that's created right now. But with Acumatica's open architecture, with an API connection, we are able to communicate with other tools as well. We just have the Alexa integration and the mobile devices created, like for your iPhone or your Android phones right now. But is it definitely possible? Absolutely.
Great, great. Next question relates to field service, which we may or may not have time for now, but it was a question about illustrating how field service works.
Yeah, we could definitely do a tailored demo on field services. That's an industry all on its own, but we can definitely schedule a tailored demo to go over field services.
Okay, awesome. And sort of the last one is a bit complex in a use case. It is, can we set up parent-child relationship within the customer? For example, we sell to customers who send their employees in with a voucher to make a purchase. We want to capture the employee level transaction within the customer parent.
Absolutely. So Acumatica from the, go ahead, sorry. Yeah.
I'm sorry, just the customer parent and bill the parent.
Correct. So with Acumatica, we do have capabilities of assigning a parent company. So if you guys wanted to create each individual employee as a customer, you can actually do that. And then under our billing settings, set the parent company and then consolidate that balance so that the parent company can just pay one check for all of those invoices that are spread out between all the other customers.
Okay, awesome. Well, we're running into the end of our time, and we have answered all of the questions that came through over the last hour. So if anyone has any other questions, feel free to reach out to me or we will be following up as well. TJ, do you have any closing thoughts?
Yeah. Just want to thank everybody for your time. We know it's really valuable. Hope you enjoyed your lunch. And our team, myself and PJ, will be reaching out to you to talk about your specific project goals and objectives. And we look forward to those discussions and subsequent tailored demonstrations.
Perfect.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great day.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Take care.